Hello and welcome to our very first episode of our new gaming podcast, Epic Trash. A show about all things gaming with three individuals who have very different views and opinions about the games that we play. I'm your host, Bruce. Here with me is my co-host, the man who spends more time gaming than sleeping, lead artist and resident comic expert, Crow. Also with me is my other co-host, the man who's the most cynical cinephile in the tri-state area, and chief editor and videographer, Chris. Before we start the show, I'd like to just thank you all for watching or listening to this podcast. We're always excited to get feedback from you guys. We're looking to improve the show, so if you have any feedback, please hit us up with an email and let us know at epictrash@groupmail.com. That's epictrash@groupmail.com. You can also hit us up on Twitter. It's at Epic Trash Show. So, Twitter, at Epic Trash Show.
And you can also see us on YouTube, which is probably where a lot of our early episodes are going to be. I believe in the near future, we're going to try streaming every time. It'll probably be a rough start.
Probably.
Take doing this.
Yeah. And
I'm new.
yeah, so we're going to try to stream, and all of our episodes are going to be clipped and put on YouTube. I'm actually going to take over or transition my old gaming YouTube channel into the Epic Trash. My old gaming YouTube has tons of walkthroughs and tutorials that still get a lot of watch time, so it's a good spot and place to watch Epic Trash. And so I'll be doing YouTube, and then I will also be doing Instagram, which will probably just have short clips and photos of us doing dumb stuff, probably. But you could also tag us, because we're going to do like questions of the week and what is it, questions of the week, and then like a challenge of every week. So you could always tag me on YouTube, or I think we're also going to be doing a Facebook page.
We are?
Yeah, I'll be creating a Facebook page. Well, I mean, I already created one. I just have to finalize it and get it all done so that it can actually be something that's useful. But yeah, so I'll be doing that. I'll be posting maybe some news throughout the week that we won't be talking about on the show, just to keep people updated on that, and maybe talking about adding some like video clips from the show or some to that effect. So that'll be useful and fun to do.
Yeah, I think all of our social media will be a place that's easily accessible and easy for people to tag us and post us with. Like I said, we're going to try to do every week a challenge of the week and a question of the week. So any kind of feedback you guys have for those two segments, you can pretty much put anywhere.
Yeah, we'll feature it on the show, and we'll be cross-posting across all the socials, so you can hit us at any one and find those.
And we're also going to try and update this room with a banner. Or, what are those things?
Green screen.
Yeah, we could do green screen stuff. Yeah. This is going to be kind of like tied around our question of the week, because we're kind of looking for criticism and feedback on things that we can do better about the show.
Yeah.
I think we should just green screen it and then just put like the pit of Hades back there or something.
Perfect.
Right.
I love it.
Or a pile of
thought. A pile of trash.
Just a garbage heap behind us.
But I think we're all going to... What are we going to... I think we're all going to do the... Yeah. I think we're all going to do the 3D thing. So that's probably what we'll... All right, are we going to do the 3D pictures? Or what is the thing with
pictures?
Chris? What are those things called?
Oh, the shadow boxes.
Yeah, so we can probably put some of those up by the time next time.
Some crafty stuff.
I think most of our ideas are gaming related.
Yeah, we're just kind of getting stuff going right now, and we're
going to
hopefully... Yeah.
That's sad.
Same. I'm going to have to switch it up.
Yeah. I think that's our house. So we're always going to have a housekeeping segment to update people on how we're doing and what we're doing.
Yeah, if there's anything of note, we'll have it.
There will probably always... There should always be something
new and happening. All right. Yep. True.
And then so now the way our layout is we kind of are going to talk about news, and that's related to video games, as this is a strictly video games podcast.
Strictly. No book.
And so I think Bruce is going to start us off with our news story, and then we're just kind of going to jump in between. And
all right. Well, first news story. Got all your backs, because it's the PlayStation Essentials sale that's happening right now through February 5th, 8 p.m. Pacific time. There's a whole bunch of games that are on sale, and most of them are actually pretty decent titles. You got stuff like Battlefield 5, Destiny 2, Dying Light, God of War, some old ones, but some good ones. Got Grand Theft Auto 5, Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, Horizon Zero Dawn was awesome, and that game is only like $16 right now. So inside $8, like, it worth checking out. I don't know if you've ever heard of like Titanfall 2. That one was majorly. That one didn't actually get a lot of like news because it came out at such a bad time. They released it with a bunch of other shooters. It's an awesome campaign, and like nobody had the time to check it out. Now it's only $13.19.
The one before that was really good, though. Why didn't you mention that?
The Surge?
Yeah, I love that.
$17.49 right now.
It's
or if you
like,
got PlayStation Plus, it's like $12.50. Like, come on, go check it out. There's a bunch of other games too.
It's just like Dark Souls.
Just like Dark Souls. Our resident Dark Souls.
That's what they said, though. Remember, like the Surge, when everyone was talking about when everybody did the Surge review, like
that was one of the first ones.
Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these
Dark Souls.
These are all on PlayStation Plus.
Correct. Oh well,
okay.
They're on PlayStation, and if you have Plus, they usually cut it more or less $3 off the price. So
yeah, that's a pretty good list.
Yeah, it's a decent list. So
and this God of War too that's the God of War that they just released. That was.
I think so.
Or
I don't know.
Is it the original God of War?
I mean, it doesn't say Dad of War, so I'm not sure.
was the last God of War? Was that? I mean, I don't know why they would have it on that.
If it's $25.99, I'm sure that means the newer one that just came out.
Yeah, I would have to assume
because it's been out almost a year now.
Yeah, so I mean, that's
totally worth it.
Yeah.
Didn't that just win Game of the Year?
Yeah.
Can
of the Year?
Can you fact check that for me while I'm doing the news?
Oh, it totally won Game of the Year.
Yeah.
No, not that. That's if that's the actual.
It would have to be that God of War
PlayStation
because
Essential.
I don't think I ever heard anything about them remaking or porting the original God of War.
I would just hate for our first story in the first episode to be false. Yeah. I don't want to live up to our name just yet.
I mean, I think it's already happened. I think that's why that name is our name.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Also on the subject of price cuts, Overwatch just got cut $20 off all titles. So the Legendary version is now $40, and the regular edition is $20. And the only real difference between Legendary and the regular edition is you get some extra skins with the Legendary version, some of which are unique to the Legendary version. Like, it's the only way you can get it.
Yeah, confirmed that's the newer one.
Confirmed, it's the newer one. So go pick that up. God of War, $27.99 or $25.99 with Plus.
Father of the Year.
Father of the Year. Lastly, on the sales stuff, Jackbox Party Pack is free on the Epic Games Store until February 7th. And then after that, they're going to switch over to Axiom Verge. So that's all the sale-related news I have.
That's definitely a great way to get some new games.
Sure is.
Another great way to get new games that has been in the news. As I
love it.
It's slick.
Well done.
You're ruining it. That was really good, though. I planned it for like a minute. I was like, damn, I got this. All right. So I was just reading a news story earlier about streaming services. What they were talking about was Apple, but I guess a lot of companies have been talking about this and trying to go in this direction with Verizon, Microsoft, Apple, Google, all of them have been notable. The title to this had Netflix in it. I don't think Netflix has anything to do with streaming games at this point. I'm pretty sure that was just a hard clickbait. They said something that was in the article about streaming, but like Netflix talks about streaming all the time, so yeah, that's probably not hard to pull. But basically, what's interesting about it is I feel like they're just trying to do away with hardware. Mm-hmm. I guess is like my first reaction, and I guess obviously like there's tens of billions of dollars to be made off games.
True.
But if somebody can kind of like lock down the market and get AAA titles on their streaming platform, obviously that's going to discourage like a lot of gamers from buying consoles.
Right.
Because the way that they want to do it is even though they're like really high quality games, is they're going to have like really powerful servers to push and render that quality out. So the idea is that anybody who kind of even has like a lower end laptop that has the software to be able to reach these games will be able to play these games with the power of their server.
Which would effectively cut all the hardware upgrade costs that consumer would have to do.
To basically cut all the riffraff out of the article that I read. Was my takeaway, is that that's where they're going.
The main concern I'd have with that would be the bandwidth that you have. Like, if there's people who have trash internet, there's no way they're going to be able to do that.
Well, that's kind of where I think that was in the article, but they're saying as time goes on and the availability of bandwidth, it shouldn't really be an issue. And plus, there's internet access pretty much readily around the world right now for the.
Did they say anything about a pricing scheme, or is it too early to say?
No, nobody said anything, and that was my big thought too. Is because I know there's definitely some streaming services now,
like PlayStation
with
now,
PS Plus. But that's what we were talking about earlier. Is like a lot of the PS Plus stuff is kind of older games,
and it's expensive as hell too. That's really hard to none of those price points are actually.
Yeah, that's the other side of it. And also, my point of contention with it would only be who at that rate owns the game anymore. Do you own the game if you're using the streaming service? Do you own games anymore, or are you just borrowing them?
Well, that's what Steam has been for years. They just license it out for you to stream it. Same with Netflix. They put on and take away content all the time. It's you never own it. It's just there for you to see until they decide to take it away.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, I'm not either.
That's why I prefer physical. I still prefer physical copies over digital for that reason.
Yeah,
but see, I actually buy digital probably right now, 85% of the games I play are all digital because I just can't be bothered.
Yeah, that transition's been made. It's just
I can't be bothered to get up off the couch. I can just press this button and be in the other game right now instead of having to get up and open the case.
Yeah, we're old men, so.
But you like hard copies?
Yeah, I do. I definitely do. I mean, the only digital copies of games I tend to buy are ones that me and a friend of mine both enjoy, so that she can have access to them too through my account. But also, I also get digital VR games because it's a lot easier. That is just a convenience thing. Yeah. There's no sense in getting a physical copy of a VR game. It's a pain because you have to move the. All the time just to see where you're trying to put the disc in, but for the most part I still prefer physical.
Yeah.
Because
also when you're in the VR realm, you don't have to leave to change.
Well, the other thing about physical is you get a return on that. If you don't like it, you can go and sell it.
Have capital with physical.
Right.
Yeah. Not much, but something better than nothing.
Well, I mean, if you go to GameStop, but if you don't mind shady back alleys, you can make a decent amount off eBay.
But not only that, but a lot of times, a lot of the gamers that I know and myself are kind of long-term people who are interested in that stuff, and a lot of times GameStop or other large resellers have trade-in deals where it's 2 or 3 games off at this list at this time are going to be you get 50% more, or you get a hard line number of whatever on your return. So that is kind of, there are negatives and positives to it. I mean, I'm sure we'll probably see a push somewhere. I know there's actually been a push already. I forget what the software was actually called, but basically a lot of people were having a lot of input lag and stuff like that from streaming or from receiving stream games or playing stream games, and they would be fast twitch more games, and so it's kind of that's pretty.
You're not going to be playing Super Meat Boy on something like that because the latency is just going to be too much.
Right. And so that's the other noteworthy piece of information I thought is that, but that's the thing is as bandwidth becomes more readily available.
The U.S. just needs to catch up with the rest of the modern world and get with optic internet. Fiber optic internet across the country.
Yeah. So. Speaking of other Twitch games that are great, I don't know.
Nice try.
I tried. Next time. I'll get them next time.
King of the Segway.
But in other news, Call of Duty has been announced as the best-selling console game for 10 years in a row now.
Who announced that?
Activision.
Really?
They published a blog post that basically listed all the games and thanked all their players for their support and their money. So... yeah, that's good. Good job, Call of Duty.
At least Bungie jumped ship.
Yeah, I mean, it's only for consoles, so there's that. Mm-hmm. But that's the game.
I believe it. I mean, a lot of people have, at some point, played multiple Call of Duties.
I know I have.
Including myself.
It's quantity over quality.
Yeah. It is. I mean,
if
you enjoy the gameplay, it's got you. But this last one kind of switched it up, so I'm not the biggest fan that I used to be anymore. But that's okay. That's another story for another day.
It is definitely another story for the other day.
Last up, we got Kingdom Hearts 3. That was the special edition PS4 Pros that GameStop was selling. They had to cancel some of the pre-orders. They sent out an email that told the customers that they ran to an unforeseen issue, which is really code for they just oversold their stock. Didn't have enough to actually fulfill the orders. So
nothing wrong with that, right?
So yeah, they sent an email to the customers basically saying we don't have your stuff, and they gave them a $25 gift card to kind of make up for it.
They don't plan on manufacturing more, or
they are. They just won't be able to get them. They'll sell out, and then they won't be able to fulfill those from however many months until they get the next shipment in.
Well, GameStop is going south.
Writing's on the wall.
Yeah.
Sorry, GameStop.
I still like you.
Yeah, I stop there occasionally.
That's what I was gonna say earlier about the digitals. Like I always mean to go.
Yeah.
And like I always want to. It's just like there's just too many. As you get older and you're still playing video games, you just have more, responsibilities and places to be, and people to appease. So
can't be hanging out at the mall.
It's just so much easier to digital. But it's like I always mean to.
Yeah. So I guess their official word, they sent out a tweet that said, due to an error, we oversold on pre-orders for the LE, Kingdom Hearts 3, PlayStation 4 Pro, and unfortunately, some orders had to be canceled.
Whoops.
Guests who had an order canceled will receive a $25 gift coupon. We apologize for the inconvenience and frustration this has caused. So here's $25. Come spend it at our store.
Another thing with Kingdom Hearts that I was talking to a friend of mine earlier before we started the show. Mm-hmm. Actually, Best Buy is releasing it today at like 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Right now, where we live on the eastern seaboard. Is that what we call it?
Yeah,
it's 8:52. So in 8 minutes, actually. But I don't know. Would it be available digitally at 9, or is it midnight?
Not unless you live in.
That's what I think they need to do more, though, is release hard copies first if they want to sell hard copies.
They still do that for the major titles.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so, but I think that would be the best way to combat digital.
GameStop always, I'm always hearing about somebody who's picking up their copy at GameStop at like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I never really heard about it, but I guess it's probably because I fell into the digital.
Best Buy hasn't done it as much, but they do it sometimes. Or like I remember specifically they used to do midnight releases.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that was it.
Right, yeah. I remember, I think the last time I did that was...
because I did a midnight release last year, too.
Yeah.
But usually with the digital stuff, it'll start downloading at midnight, too, if you pre-ordered it.
You can preload.
Yeah, you can preload it.
But you could play at midnight.
They unlock it right at midnight.
And see, I don't know. I think it depends, because I'm pretty sure I know there's been games that I've played, like, at 1 in the morning.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I know. I can't remember what it was, but there was one game that I played last year at 1 in the morning. Like, I started playing. It might have been like Resident Evil 7 or something.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's after midnight.
Well, I mean, Kingdom Hearts 3...
That would have been a great segue into Resident Evil 2. I should have saved that.
Next time.
Somewhere.
Well, also, I mean, Kingdom Hearts 3 leaked, like, a couple days ago. So, like, the huge spoilers on the internet. Look out.
Wow.
But
I mean, that goes without saying.
Yeah. But for people who don't know that, a couple copies got leaked and published onto the internet.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's it. And I'm pretty sure that they're rethinking their midnight release strategy because of that.
Mm-hmm. So I did find it funny too that like games started coming out on Friday and stuff now too. Mm-hmm. And then it's just like I feel like a lot of things are kind of changing where games were always out on Tuesday.
Right.
Now some games are coming out on Fridays.
Like Anthem.
And now.
I'm so glad they moved the regular release date of Fridays.
From 2 days to Fridays, yeah.
I just think it will be, but yeah, I mean, tomorrow too, same thing. Kingdom Hearts, like we're saying, is out tomorrow. So we're shooting this on Monday, was that 28th?
28th.
Yeah, so this is shot on Monday. I mean, it probably won't go on till tomorrow some point or the next day.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's just interesting the way that things kind of keep getting switched and laid out. But I think it's good. I'm happy for the change.
The first one I noticed, the first game I noticed that got a Friday release date was Doom.
Oh yeah.
A couple years ago. I remember because I was expecting it to be on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I saw the release date, and it was coming up, so I was like checking my calendar. I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't right.
Yeah.
And then I saw it was Friday. I'm like, wait, it's coming out on a Friday?
Yeah.
Since when is that a thing that ever happens? And then I noticed like more and more games started doing Fridays. So I'm really glad they're all mostly making that shift because I mean, who wants to have a game that comes out on Tuesday?
Right. Exactly.
And
you gotta go to
work,
school. You gotta go to work.
Like that.
I always used to take off Tuesdays.
Right.
Like that would be my one day, or like because for a while I was working, where I still work, and it's a 4-day week.
Yeah.
And it's like I would always set up my one day in the middle.
Yeah.
On Tuesday or Wednesday.
It's like one thing
Whichever,
if you're dropping
right there. Yeah.
If you're gonna drop an album, like people can listen to that on the car. Or,
Yeah, I actually heard they're
whatever.
gonna drop the next Assassin's Creed on Friday.
Yeah. They are.
Yeah, well, Assassin's Creed.
They've definitely been in the news a lot.
Yeah, they have. They had. There's been a kerfuffle. I don't know what's going on with Ubisoft or the fans or whatever. Because I actually am a fan, but I've played all of them except for Syndicate and Unity and Rogue. But this Odyssey thing. Have you guys heard about it? You know about what's going on with Odyssey?
I've heard just very little.
So they focused the main game on player choice.
Okay.
Like extensively on player choice. Like,
I'm trying to be a BioWare.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, but even worse, like even more open than BioWare. Like Mass Effect, there are some options where, there were some characters where like a certain option was not a thing.
Uh-huh.
You could not like say like if you were like FemShep and you wanted to go have a relationship with Jack, who's another female character.
Yeah.
Jack was straight, and you could not pursue that at all.
Right.
No matter how much you tried as FemShep.
Right.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
But like in Odyssey, it's like very open ended. Like almost every character, regardless of gender, you can have a good time with.
Try and woo them.
Yeah.
So are they're all pansexual? I think that's what they are.
I don't know. But like they were emphasizing the player choice thing, which is fine. But like then there was an issue with the DLC. So in the DLC, they scripted an event where instead of being around player choice, it was around. It was basically like forcing the character to end up in a heterosexual relationship with married and a kid and settled down and this kind of thing, and and like a lot of people were not well responded to that.
Yeah.
And so because of all the outrage and stuff, Ubisoft has decided to amend their DLC, which is it's not the first time that we've seen something like that happen in a game. Like BioWare did it with Mass Effect 3.
Right.
The ending.
When they amend it, is that they kind of put a patch in or an update.
They're going to patch it and make changes to like the script or the story, the canon story. They're going to alter it to make it more open and less forced. And I guess a big part of the complaint I saw was not even so much about like if you want to play your character gay and then you're forced to be straight, but also that the character that the DLC forces you into is like super bland and kind of like a boring character.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So yeah, I mean, it would be one thing if like maybe there would be a little bit of a caveat there,
right?
If the character was compelling enough,
right?
But I guess they couldn't even write a good enough character.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But I think that's great though. Like if your fan base isn't happy with the choices you've made, make changes like for your fan base.
Yeah, but that can also set a bad precedent because.
Right. But everybody everybody makes mistakes.
I guess true. I guess it depends. It depends on how often it happens.
There's a time and a place to listen to your audience. You always want to listen, but the changes you make, sometimes people really don't know what they want. There's been plenty of times that you've had outcry.
Look what happened to Battlefield.
Yeah,
you know
true.
what I mean. It's
well, that's because
you could have easily went back and said, "Oh, this is what you want. All right, like we'll put it in."
Yeah.
Instead of like. you know,
That's
don't
true.
buy it.
yeah, and then okay.
That's pretty much us being like, if you don't like the show, well, don't watch it.
It's really, I think as far as Assassin's Creed goes, with Odyssey, because like every other game in the series has not been choice friendly. There are no choices. You just play through the story as is.
Yeah. Right.
So like this is the first game where they tried to make it like an RPG, and they did a okay job at it, but I don't know if they should have made it if they should have gone down that route in the first place. To be honest.
You know what though? But with a game series like Assassin's Creed, it's like I'm happier to see them taking risks and trying to change things than just railroading everyone with another reskinned Assassin's Creed world,
right?
Or whatever. You know what I mean? But it's like but be bold. Take risks. And I know it's like, okay, you're not following the format, so potentially you're not going to make money or whatever. But it's like, think about the longevity and the life of your game and the series. You know what I mean? It's like nobody's going to want to climb the same tree 20 times.
Right. Well, my final input on Assassin's Creed as a longtime fan is that they really should have just ended the whole franchise at number 3.
Yeah,
they really should have, and because now they've essentially backed themselves into a corner with it.
I completely disagree. I like Pirate Simulator.
Okay, well maybe 4, but close the story off.
Right.
It's got to end at some point.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And the fact that they keep on trying to drag it out and make it like a yearly thing like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It doesn't work in that kind of game.
I agree.
There's only so many.
And the story is like so oversaturated now. It's gotten ridiculous.
Yeah.
Tree climbing simulator.
Well, that's what I mean. Is like sometimes things need to change, or like drastically, or things just need to end. Which is sometimes things need to end.
Much like this news segment.
Yeah.
So, on to our gaming discussion. We got 2 big heavy hitters coming up. One that just released a few days ago is Resident Evil 2.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, this is...
I can't believe I just did that. Trash.
So yeah, we got that one, and then the upcoming EA game. It's EA. Anthem. I'm actually really excited about this, but I'm also very cautiously optimistic because
I've heard great things from people, and I haven't heard really anything firsthand. But I have a friend who has friends who have played the demo, and they've been very happy. And but he's a trustworthy source.
Yeah.
I mean, but he's also a hardcore. What's their other game? Destiny.
Oh, he likes Destiny.
Well, yeah, but solely plays Destiny.
Okay.
Solely played Destiny 1, does all the raids and does.
Did he ever play Borderlands or anything like that?
No, it's honestly his library is a little bit ridiculous because he even got Red Dead 2 and played maybe 10 hours and then just went back to playing Destiny. He's just a hardcore Destiny person.
Yeah, I was super into Destiny for a while, but
he's still I'm talking he's been committed for years, and it's so if we ever get any big news stories with Destiny, I think he would be a great person to bring on the show.
Right.
Fair enough.
If we get a bigger table. That's the caveat.
If Anthem is even worth its weight.
Yeah.
But I think graphically, I think it looks really great, and I think graphics can definitely sometimes be the deciding factor for someone's purchase. Let's look at God of War 3.
That's like looking a book by its cover.
I love books. I love
this
reading.
book thing again?
Yep.
Nice.
You missed it, but on the pilot test episode, we had a little dispute. So that's an inside joke, and now you're in on it.
Bruce doesn't like books.
Chris is the book eater.
Damn it, you ruined it. I was going to say Bruce didn't like books before to ruin it. Anyway.
But yeah, so I watched a bunch of... I didn't actually play it yet. I plan on... The open beta comes out on February 1st through the 3rd, so I plan on actually hitting that up and checking it out for myself. But all the gameplay I saw looked pretty promising. Everyone has said that the gameplay, the suit controls, the movement, feels amazing. Mm-hmm. I've heard no complaints. Yeah. Everyone's like, this is... If there was an Iron Man game, this is how it should control.
I think it's just going to come down to to a good storyline and things that are deeper, that run deeper than looks.
Yeah.
And I guess kind of more just to see more on their mechanics and the different choices they make on how to explore and their gameplay choices. Really, I think is what it's come down to. I think it definitely like. Just like anybody can make a great cinematic trailer or whatever, like, a lot of people can make a really great demo, but it's like...
these people can't. They had so many issues on launch because there was there was the 95% glitch, the infamous... Some people are going to make their clan tag is 95%. You get there and it loads, or you'll be in the game... And it hits 95 and it just keeps loading forever. You have to restart your whole console in order to fix it. And then
was that a server issue or was it?
They were saying they had overload server issues. Right. They were saying,
but that's not uncommon for something.
It's
like that.
Not,
and that's what usually demos and betas. Sometimes a lot of times, a big part of that test is the server.
Yeah,
but they did say that it wasn't...
but it was a closed beta. But they said even still with that and all the codes that they gave out, they were seeing like Fortnite numbers, which is nuts.
Right.
So they were like, hey,
potentially some maybe people are getting codes.
But
I think they also said that it wasn't really a server issue though.
Yeah, they did say that.
Yeah, they said that they had prepared for like a heavy load on their servers, so I don't think it was a server problem.
Well,
maybe you never really know.
Well, it was pretty obvious because like there was a bunch of people.
But at that scale, it potentially could be hard.
I don't know. It definitely could, but at the same time, when you have cutscenes once you're already in the game that just aren't loading. How explain that? Like it's not even gameplay; it's just cutscenes that crash.
But was it a demo or was it?
It was a demo, and that's what a lot of people are giving them crap because they called it a full length. It's a full demo as opposed to a beta.
Right.
So I'm excited for it to come out. It looks really promising, but it had a ton of bugs for a demo. That's like, okay, we finish it. Like here's our final story mission, which was admittedly really compelling. Like it was interesting and you cared about it. Then you get to the last level and the cutscene freezes, and then you back out of it. You can click skip, and then it just says buy our game. It's like
that's a perfect cliffhanger, though.
Perfect, yeah.
But when is Anthem scheduled?
February 22nd is the launch.
Well, I think that's a decent amount of time.
It's just over a month away. There's a lot of bugs. I'm honestly thinking that I'm gonna rent it the first week and see. But I think this is going to be a month to buy for me.
I'm probably going to wait too. And part of the reason why I'm going to wait is because I'm still salty about BioWare making Anthem instead of another Mass Effect.
Well, here's the thing: is if you don't buy this and it doesn't take off, BioWare is pretty much getting the axe. So if you ever want to see another Mass Effect, you have to buy this game.
What a catch-22.
I know.
Yeah, kind of.
You got to support your team, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think they've already got a Dragon Age in the works, don't they?
Doesn't matter if they run out of money.
Yeah,
doesn't matter what's gonna happen.
They've got EA money, so they should be okay. But EA is known to, destroy developing studios.
They really.
I'll probably. I don't know. Does anybody plan on buying Kingdom Hearts tomorrow? Out of the three,
not me.
I'm still working on one.
I never played either of the other ones.
Right.
I keep getting to Cerberus, and I keep getting murdered there. So if you have any tips, please send them my way.
Yeah. Well, I'm considering buying it, but I also feel like I know a bunch of people who are buying it, so I'm going to try to sneak in there.
Yeah.
Within the next couple of days and kind of play bits and pieces of it or something, or at least get some some.
This has been a long time coming, so there's a bunch of people who really love that series, and that I could see them buying it first, but I'm going to I still got 1 and 2 and 3, and
I would be, I kind of think within my circle, some of the guys are going to be getting Anthem, so I think I might pick it up, most likely digitally.
Yeah.
And, and playing it because I think it's interesting, and games regardless can always be tons of fun with the right group of people regardless of what they are.
The other problem
I think it's going to be something
I do too. It has really I'm fully excited to if we all pick it up and we're able to play. I'm super excited for that because it looks like the gameplay is fun. Right. If they can get past the game breaking bugs that may or may not be in there that I'm concerned about, that'll be great. And all that stuff can be fixed and will be fixed. So I'm not worried about that. It's just it might be unplayable in the first if they're really in crunch time here.
Well, I think we'll definitely hear more, and the way we usually get people usually get reviews out there a couple days before it's out,
right.
Which hopefully you have a good source and
I don't know if I can trust our reviews anymore though.
Let's skip that.
Yeah, but I mean the last concerning thing is the last big game that EA launched was Star Wars, right? Battlefront 2,
yeah.
and that one had the biggest downvoted Reddit post ever of this person.
Oh yeah,
that was
crazy.
Yeah, it was bad times because the microtransactions were just heinous in that game, and so they have all eyes are really watching and criticizing.
And that was after they said that they had learned their lesson from the last one.
Right, exactly. So there's not much goodwill going around towards EA right now. So they do have a lot to prove, and they've been saying.
I think their stocks have been falling. They're not looking good.
Yeah, it's not good. But I mean, they said in this game everything's going to be cosmetic only. But then they turn around and in the demo they changed the entire economy so that you can't actually. They obfuscated how much things actually cost. So I'm kind of worried about that. But I guess I kind of get why they do that, right? Because if you were the publisher and you want people to see how you can, use these microtransactions and see all the cool stuff that you could put on your suit, you'd want to make that very cheap for them to try everything in the very short time that they have.
Yeah.
So, it makes sense why they do that. I just wish they would have posted, the real price.
Well, I just feel like
there so people would know.
I just feel like microtransactions are just always kind of shitty.
They are.
I mean, sometimes, I think, I like microtransactions if a game is really cheap or free. Mm-hmm. Because it's they're saying, get our game, pick it up, it's going to be free or really cheap.
Right.
Let us prove to you,
right.
That we made something good and we spent a lot of time on something.
Right.
And, if you believe in us or, if you appreciate, because I have mobile games on my phone that were completely free, and then they have cosmetic purchases
the mobile gaming market is loaded with microtransactions.
Yeah,
but it's also loaded with free games.
It is,
which is
free games.
Well,
free
I understand.
Free
slot
machines.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Watch eyes till your ads bleed.
Yeah.
Or what?
Watch.
I said watch eyes till your ads bleed.
Yeah, and I said, I knew what he was talking about.
No, watch ads till your eyes bleed. Is what I meant to say.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but it's just always tough when you spend full $60 on a game, and then it's kind of
I think a good rule.
Did I mess up something else?
A good rule of thumb for the free to play games is if you spend $60 in microtransactions on a free to play game, do you feel like you're getting your money's worth out of that $60?
Mm-hmm.
And could you feasibly never spend another dime after that $60 on that free to play game and still feel satisfied?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good point. You know what game wouldn't do that? Resident Evil 2.
That's true.
That was the worst. You know what I was going to say? It's what's going to be...
fix this next time.
You know what's going to be really satisfying when I download those 7-bit character outfits.
Oh, yeah.
Evil
the low poly.
Yeah.
So those ones are coming out, on the 7th, I think, of this next month or February.
Right.
So
very rewarding.
Maybe,
They're free DLC where it's just the low polygon models of Leon and Claire. And I can't wait to play with those. They're so jarring. It's
then on the 15th they have the free update that's going to introduce 3 new characters that you can play as. Mm-hmm. You'll be able to play as the gun shop owner, one of the umbrella.
What are you buying?
One of the umbrella heavily armored guys that the mercenary team that they employ.
Yeah.
And then
isn't that Hunk or no?
No, it's a different. I think it's a different guy.
Same. He's
same team or whatever. Yeah. And then the third character is going to be the chief's daughter.
Yeah.
Which that one sounds kind of strange. I'm not sure how that's going to play out. I mean, I didn't play the Claire A campaign, so I can't really say. But I did see clips of that and how you have to, when you're playing as the daughter, you do have to hide from the chief.
Oh,
and
really?
The daughter can actually crouch, so she can get in behind things and hide from them and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was kind of interesting. I never played it myself, but it looked kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. If you play the Claire A campaign.
So, but do you think it'll be something that's kind of like a Slender Man thing?
Maybe,
or like a Outlast.
It could be. It's really hard to say because they haven't really said a whole lot about what these campaigns are going to be, how long they're going to be, what kind of we can always speculate that the gameplay is going to be similar to what we saw already.
Right. And this is the free DLC.
Yeah, there's three ones.
But do you get the free DLC if you bought the standard after release?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's for everybody who just bought the game.
Because when I didn't pre-order and I purchased a day like that day, and when I was given the choice for standard or deluxe, deluxe straightforward said extra free extra DLC, and that I guess that wasn't advertised under the standard.
Well, if you have to pay more for the deluxe edition, it isn't really free now, is it?
But I did get Samurai Edge and some other costumes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was.
You get the Noir.
I wouldn't know. I bought the regular edition.
Yeah, the deluxe. The deluxe, to me, I'm kind of a nostalgia just slut like that. I just love nostalgia stuff in games.
Right,
So and this RE2 remake has been nothing but nostalgia drugs for me. And so I spent the extra $10 to get the original just to get the original soundtrack.
No, because we were talking about that before. Does that actually play while you're playing the game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And each room has their own song.
You have to, pretty much. Yeah. You have to manually choose to replace the in-game soundtrack with the original soundtrack.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you do that, it stays like that. And it's just it was a really weird experience walking into the main hall of the police station with Leon and hearing that music that I heard from 20 years ago. I was just that's the music. And it hit me like a sack of potatoes, man. I was in it.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying Resident Evil 2 so far.
Everybody is.
Yeah. I think that's one of the tragedies of old remakes is that the copyright on the music runs out so that they have to rebuy it, and usually they don't. But that's nice that they were able to keep that, or if it was made in house, I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
but,
so I think we're all playing Resident Evil 2 so far. So, why don't we just talk? Let's where is everybody right now?
Well, Chris, where are you right now? Let me ask you that.
I know I'm farther than you.
Yeah, you are.
Because I'm just a better gamer.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you that. Actually.
I think I'm farther than both of you. Actually.
Yeah.
Right. I think you're a more committed gamer.
Well, that's why. That's why you play more games.
So you've completed one playthrough though.
I completed Leon's A campaign, and I did about half of Claire A. And then I was just just to see if there's any major differences that really matter between Claire A and Leon A. And there are a few. Some of the enemies are different, and a little bit of the story is different. You'll run into a couple different characters with Claire versus Leon, but the real difference is when you play as you play Leon A and then you play Claire B. New game second run Claire B. That's how you get both sides of the story. So I've been working on the Claire B campaign now, and it definitely threw me for a loop because you go through the police station as one character the whole time, and you get really familiar with it. And then when you start with the B campaign, you start in a sort of familiar area, but then you have to come at it from a whole different angle of attack, and everything feels different just because there's different enemies are there's a different variety of enemies in different places. The main hall has a bunch of zombies now instead of just 2.
See, that's nice. It adds to the replayability, and it doesn't keep you walled into playing the same game 3 times.
But do you start to go through a different progression through the police station or no? So it's maybe some of the I think I haven't finished my first playthrough.
Yeah.
So but when you start with Claire, I think the thing that probably makes it the most dynamic is that you start in a different spot, but as you progress farther, are some of the keys and stuff in different areas?
Yeah, they move some things around
because that would change the whole change the whole dynamic of the game if you're kind of
you have to solve all the puzzles again.
Yeah, navigating, but the puzzles are unlocked at different points, maybe. Or no?
Yeah, well, it's a different order. Just for example, when you play the A campaign and you get that book from the officer and it shows you the medallion puzzles.
Right.
When you go through the B campaign with Claire, you get that book for early on, but one of the pages is torn out.
Oh, really?
And when you look at the torn out page, instead of giving you a clear indication of what that puzzle is, the whole thing is just obscured with like blood and stuff, so you can't even make out what that puzzle is.
Yeah.
So you have to like remember what that code was, and if you didn't, then you just got to find it somewhere else.
But they are the. Have you completed one of the statues?
I did not get that far with it yet. I've been trying to just explore as much as I possibly can.
Yeah, because I wonder if the actual codes are different, because that would be really nice.
I'm not sure if they are or not.
I feel like
honest,
it would be.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I feel like it would be nice for the characters if they had different codes, like even for like the bike locks, the little like
I think they did it that way on purpose though, because they wanted to test your memory to see if like. How much were you paying attention?
Right. Well, I think it would be nice to have it be different, just because then it like the people who are doing timed runs and stuff are like, it's like throwing you for a loop.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you're like hardcore trying to crunch everything in like 30 or 40 hours.
I mean, I could be totally wrong too. I don't know. Yeah. I haven't gotten that far yet. I've just been all I've been doing with the Claire B is like just trying to find out like the situation is different because the stakes feel higher because there's more enemies around. You have less inventory space, and like from the get-go, you're running into things like liquors. Right. So like it's by default designed to be a little bit tougher, and you get a different default weapon than what Claire would get if you played the Claire A campaign.
Oh, really?
So like the Claire A campaign, like she would get a little 5-shot revolver, but the B campaign, you actually get a single action army revolver. Where you can rapid fire it like with a hammer and stuff. Yeah. But like you have to reload one shot at a time, like an old single action revolver.
But that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, meanwhile, like her regular revolver would have like a quick reload for her 5-shot, so you can just like dump it out and like throw the new one in. So there's definitely a bunch of things that are different. But yeah, I've just been having a great time with it.
Yeah, one thing to note, that just to let you guys know, all our reviews will be spoiler free, and if there are any spoilers, we'll let you know well in advance. So just letting you know that's how we do things.
Yeah, I do my best to avoid spoilers. I hate being spoiled.
What is your knee-jerk reaction to the game? Because did you play the original too?
I did not. So I came with this with fresh eyes because I was the hugest fan of 4. So like 4 and 5 really kind of did it for me, and this looked like it was very similar to that, which it is, but it really isn't. I think they did the perfect balance between like the original survival horror genre and the more action oriented like 4, 5, and 6. Yeah,
it is. I think the perspective change kind of forces a little more emphasis on action. Yeah, but I think because it's obviously because you can play a little bit faster.
But I found myself having no ammo and being and in very bad spots, which it seems like they have it down to a science. It's designed to get you in this really bad spot and leave you with nothing, and you're like, well, what am I going to do?
Well, it's like that you keep just kind of grasping at a little more, and like just enough to
just
get
crawling
going.
by, right? So they have the perfect balance of action and survival, in my opinion.
With kind of like the loot tape with it,
because
really
it feels so satisfying to like hit one of those headshots and have it split in half like a tree. Right. It's like this. They did not tone any of the gore down.
What's not satisfying to me though is shooting zombie in the head 3 times.
Oh yeah,
having it go down and then get back up.
Well, that's the survival part of it.
Right. That's what you never know. It's that uncertainty.
Well, no, but it's like I definitely like it. I'm not arguing, but like just for the sake of arguing right now to be devil's advocate, it's like, well, give me less ammo, Right. Just give me less handgun bullets, stuff like that. But you know what, too? Like, I'm the cheapest character in the world. Like, I probably have in my loot box right now in the game, I think I have like 8 or 9 gunpowders. Because like I just don't want to use them because I want to save them for potentially if I want to make shotgun shells. Yeah. Well, I just find the handgun is so useless. Because it's so weak. It's like but if I can evade and continue on, that's my.
Well, the handgun is really like I've watched other people play through, like especially speedrunners and stuff, and like just to absorb some of their tactics. Right. And one of the things that I've noticed a lot of speedrunners do is they'll use their handgun just to knock a zombie back so they can get around it. Right. And that way you're conserving ammunition.
Right.
You don't have to blow like 6 bullets on their heads.
Right.
Or another alternative is you can put a few less bullets into one of their kneecaps and cut their leg off.
Right.
And then all they can do is just crawl at you.
Yeah.
So that's another way to do it. But overall, like, the handgun is not a super effective weapon.
Right.
But it has its uses.
Right. It is effective in a different kind of way.
Yeah. It's definitely it's a tool.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to use that tool effectively.
Right. So why not? Do you guys want to do kind of like a rating thing?
What do you
big
mean?
thumbs up, thumbs down, or like 4 out of 5 stars or something? Because I think it might be good to just kind of give like our knee-jerk reaction / review, or like kind of like a rapid fire review.
You can. I'm in the camp of I don't like just throw a number on things arbitrarily.
But based on
at the end of all this that we've said,
well,
I guess I could kind of give it my overall opinion. But
how about like a worth of buy?
I give it 3 out of 3 screams because it's too scary for me. I had to stop playing. I got to
I think maybe just
3 hours in.
Is it? Do you think that it's worth a purchase now, or maybe kind of like a wait for sale?
I think it's totally worth the money.
I don't think that any game is ever worth the money, in my opinion, because you can wait. If it's a single player game, you can play it. It's new to you 10 years from now, so play your other games, But this game, if there was ever a game that I would say pick it up, if you're a huge fan of the franchise, do it right now because it's so good.
Right.
It's like the gameplay is just so satisfying.
Right.
The puzzles aren't. Some puzzles, some people, if you like puzzlers, this one is not going to scratch that itch for you because most of the puzzles are very simple. It's like find a piece, put the piece in, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So, but I like those that keeps the action up. You're not stuck trying to shuffle a puzzle around for an hour and getting frustrated.
The puzzles were really like the tool to like lock the player into a set path,
right?
And to like force them to actually use their brain to survive the path,
right?
More so than use their brain to solve the puzzle.
And I don't know if even like the things were marked in the first one in the original the same way they are now. Did they have like all the exclamation points on the map where everything was, or was it kind of like they had some kind of indicators, but I don't think it was made as obvious as to what items go with what.
I don't know, but
like with what tools go to what pegs. Or
I know on the PlayStation 4 remake of the first one, they had the map that would have the blue and red areas like this one does, where if there's something you haven't done, but they wouldn't show you all they wouldn't like let you know. They wouldn't let you know.
The conservative and liberal zombies?
Exactly. Red and blue.
Yeah.
No, but but yeah, I mean that it was good. You totally derailed my train of thought.
I could really like go on about the game like for another hour.
Right.
Well, please do because we have a bunch of time.
Like it has like I'll just lay it out like this. It's probably the perfect Resident Evil game because it has the setting of Resident Evil 2, which was one of the best settings they ever made, if not the best.
Right.
It has the graphics of Resident Evil 7, so it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And the lighting is
as beautiful as a shattered head can.
Yeah, and so and it also has like the over-the-shoulder third-person gameplay perspective of 4. So it has like the elements of all of their best rolled into one package.
And I thought they did lighting really well because like a third-person game can sometimes kind of give you a really nice field of view. Yeah. But I thought they did like the shadows and the highlights. Like,
it does have an FOV slider on consoles. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, so I was actually really happy to see that.
Well, how far? Can you slide it out like really far?
I hadn't tried. I just ticked it just a little higher than the set.
I didn't even notice that, but I didn't like deep dive into the settings. I did a deep dive to try and get my game a little bit brighter at a certain point, but then they didn't let me, so I was like, fine. Well, no, but I thought earlier, like I thought it might be good when we're playing something new to just kind of weigh in and like it's kind of going to be like a knee-jerk reaction. But I think it would still be good for anybody who finds us to be a credible source. Trash.
One thing I would really like to say about it is that I think that it does a good job at showing a modern audience what games used to be like in the sense of them being challenging and like thought-provoking, challenging, and like making you like if you play hardcore difficulty, then that's just like playing the original version.
How did you do your first playthrough in hardcore?
No, I don't know if I'm going to even attempt hardcore. I probably will.
Well, why not? But that would be the ultimate nostalgia because with the ink ribbons.
Yeah, and I might do that, but like I don't know. I haven't really decided yet. I know that I'm definitely going to play Leon A, Claire B, and then the 2 challenge modes.
Do you think that the hardcore mode, even though it has ink ribbons, do you think that it was as difficult? Because I find that what I'm thinking right now is that the hardcore mode is going to be more difficult than the original. Like, I guess damage-wise and enemy life-wise.
Yeah,
but then also, which kind of like, I wish they would have done like what would be really nice is a nostalgia setting or something where it's like you have the ink ribbons, but then enemies have the same life and guns do the same amount of damage. I feel like it kind of discerns or dissuades people from wanting to play hardcore because like, okay, well, if it takes 5 bullets or 6 bullets just to down a zombie,
right?
Well, it's the hardcore mode is really, from what I could gather anyway, it's really centered around amping up the survival portion of survival horror to like all the way to max. Like,
but I feel like standard is pretty hard.
Standard definitely had some moments where I was just like, how am I going to get through this?
Right. And to go back to the puzzles, I think like the Mr. X and Tyrant, like I think that whole thing is kind of a puzzle. Yeah. Like, well, it's I guess it's a puzzling in the fact. Oh, I think that's like, I mean...
No, you're good. I'm just...
Tyrant and Mr. X.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
I think if anybody... Well, I'm just saying because of the way that you have to work around him, I think it takes I think it takes some time spent pausing the game, looking at your route, planning what you're going to do. But like the same amount, potentially the same amount of time brainstorming and planning what you're going to do. I mean, could be spent at a puzzle or something. You know what I mean?
I think they planned it out really well. Right? I mean, they knew what they were doing.
And I think the aspect that Mr. X or Tyrant, whatever you want to call him, brings to the game is kind of like that. Survive. It's another survivor portion because, like, if you run into him or you kind of have a tough interaction with him, you're gonna lose some of your resources.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You have to work around him.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So you want to not have to come across it more than they have to.
Give him a wide berth and just try to.
And even the gunplay was so well done. Like it's the fact that you stop to shoot and then if you wait you can get your pinpoint accuracy, but you can keep moving if you choose to and lose all your so you could lose bullets, but you at least get to keep moving and shooting, you know?
And I like the zombie sway and movement. I thought it was really, like, I really haven't been able to, like, pin it down as to, like, okay, what step, like, their body language is telling me they're about to, like, drastically sway one way or the other, but it just kind of happens every now and then, and I'm like... You
miss those shots, and you're like, "Dang it! It feels so bad." But then you're like, "I gotta do better."
My precious,
especially when you're like already running pretty low on ammo, and you're just like pop.
Yeah, or you're trying to save. You're like, "I can't miss this shot," and then they bite you, and you're like, "No!"
Yeah, I think I'm really happy with the game so far. Yeah. Something that I just remembered that I wanted to bring up earlier was you got the deluxe with the costumes.
Yep.
Did you see Ranger Rick?
Yes.
Doesn't he look like Rick?
Yes.
I don't know if anybody has said that, but it's that's
totally what they were going for.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny. Like, I'm glad that they put that in there.
Right.
And I had a really fun time like looking at it. I haven't used that costume, but
what did you go with? Did you go with Noir? Did you go with?
I went with Noir for a good chunk of Claire's side of the story. I went with the regular costumes for Leon because I wanted it to feel like fully immersive and stuff. Right. But the Noir costumes are really fun, especially with the black and white filter. You can make it look like old school.
Right. Oh, nice. You know what I did was I started my game with the Noir filter, and like so the first cutscene. I was watching it with the filter, and then I had to quit and go back because I needed to see the colors.
Yeah, the filter can be it's not quite right sometimes. Like sometimes the blacks are too black, sometimes the whites are too white.
But I think that would be Noir would be a high contrast in blacks and whites.
I mean it's supposed to be Noir, but sometimes it's like sometimes it's just too much.
No, and I think it's always okay to play for 5 more minutes.
Just 5 more, you know.
But I think that's the noir art style is kind of crushed blacks and kind of maybe a little.
Yeah, it's just that like when you're trying to navigate through the world, sometimes like you come up to like a dark area, and wherein if the filter was off, you'd be able to see what's going on.
Yeah, I think
with the filter on, like you can't make out like, oh, there's a hallway here. I didn't even see that hallway because it's so black.
And I think for me, it's like I just started the game because I didn't know what the noir filter was going to be.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to be like a monochrome black and white.
Yeah.
I thought it might be something else. Who knows what I thought? but like for me, for somebody who's kind of like really enjoys seeing the quality level. And like color quality and color contrast and picture profiles and stuff like that. I think it's always really interesting to me to see what details are there, what artifacts are there, and stuff like that. So that's why I'm watching the first cutscene in black and white, and I'm like, this has to be better in color. You know what I mean? Like they have to have done something.
That freaking burger looks so juicy.
Yeah, I actually thought, but seeing it in black and white first, and then going back to watching it in color, I thought the colors were a little bit unsaturated and muddy. But I think that obviously like fits the mood of the game.
Yeah, that was probably on purpose.
Because and so I was thinking like, but when I saw it in black and white first, I'm like thinking like, man, they really could have made these colors pop, and like, what am I doing right now? I need to go back and then change.
Yeah, although I really like I watched The Walking Dead through like the whole first season of all in black and white, and it completely changed the mood. So I feel like that's very similar to this. Like I bet that it probably gave a whole different vibe. So like, not that you need more replayability with this. I feel like that would have had a whole nother playthrough.
I think if you replay it in black and white, I think it's probably something very different. But like for the first playthrough, it's like. I need to see what you guys are doing.
First playthrough, definitely leave the filters off.
Yeah. I was just interested to see. It's like, oh, you give me an option? Like, okay.
Let's see what it is.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that they put in the alternative outfits for like the original version of their costumes.
Yeah, but those aren't unlocked though immediately. Don't you have? I think you have to go through once or twice.
No, I had them unlocked on my Leon A playthrough well before I finished.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'd have to look into that.
That might have been pre-order bonus. I think that's coming out available for everyone in like another month or two.
Yeah.
So
the zombies do take a lot of bullets. You know, it would be even more fun than killing zombies with handguns.
What's that?
Trying to kill lickers with a knife.
That actually is our question of the week, or not? Challenge of the week. Yeah. So if you can go kill a licker with just your knife, send that video clip in to us, and we'll try and feature it.
That would be like another challenge, is to try and figure out how to get that video to us.
Right. Yeah, Godspeed with that.
But so I guess we would have to start Facebook and.
Well, you have the email, so you could send us upload it on your YouTube or whatever, or just
you could always comment a link to your YouTube.
PS4 share.
And we could also feature your name, and everybody likes to see their name on a podcast. So
so send it in. We'll at least give you a shout out.
We're always going to try to do a challenge of the week to get to people to respond. We're also always going to do a question of the week. So what is our question? And the question can obviously just be thrown in the comment section on YouTube. Or probably put in
any of the socials,
the live comment box. Well, if we start to Twitch, they could probably put it in immediately. If you wanted to.
So you got a week to answer, and what
is our question of the week?
Thanks for the handoff. I appreciate it.
Is that Ellie Joel?
Ellie Joel. It was something like that. So question of the week. Since it's our first episode, we want to know what we can do to improve the show. If you have any suggestions or any criticisms that you want to air with us that we can try and do better with, we'd love to hear it, so we can try and make this the best that we can. So if you have any ideas for other segments we should do, or anything like we should put up on the back wall, or something we should let us know. So that's the first question of the week, and hopefully
the last. No, I'm just kidding.
In the next, hopefully in the future, the question of the week will be a little more open forum about games. So, but we just want to get as much feedback as we can as soon as possible, so we can just ramp this thing up.
I'm totally cool with criticism. Like, you can say anything. If you say the quality is bad, I might be upset. But I'm sure. I mean, we can always improve. But like even things like that. I mean, even quality. Like if you think the audio sounds dodgy, or if you think. our white balance is dodgy or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just feel free to say anything, and if it doesn't apply, I'm not. Or someone else potentially isn't going to worry about it. But I think like things like the backdrop, I think what people would like to see, maybe if they want.
Don't give them suggestions. We want to hear from them.
That's true. But I was saying the door is open.
It is. And also, because this is kind of a throwaway question, because some people don't want to, to keep it gaming related, I'll ask you both. What is your most... what achievement and/or trophy in gaming are you most proud of getting? I could go with that. What do you think? But mine would be the platinum in The Last of Us, because I played through that game 7 times. It was stupid, but I got it. You had to play so much multiplayer, which I'm actually really happy that I went for.
Self-esteem boosting right now?
Yeah, I'm happy about it.
I played it 7 times.
7 times. I loved every single playthrough.
How many times did you craft a shiv?
Not that many. I didn't use those too much. I only use them to open doors.
How many times did you throw a brick?
A lot.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Those ones, because you hit the clicker, you can bash their face in with the brick and then stab them.
I'll tell you a trophy that I was surprised to get, which I recently got in Resident Evil 2, the remake, was the hats off.
Yeah?
Where you shoot the hat off Mr. X. But I just thought it was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And kind of a fun one.
Yeah.
Because that was the last thing I was thinking at that moment.
Right.
And then I hear a ding and I'm like, okay.
I think the best one is when you get the ones like you look through the trophy list and you get one that looks hard and you get it by accident or by like sheer luck.
Yeah.
Like I got the one where you put a grenade in somebody's mouth and you shoot it.
Yeah.
And I got it totally by accident. It
I
just
didn't know
happened.
that was one.
Yeah.
I think there's one because I put a flashbang.
Yeah.
And I got that one and but I didn't mean to and I didn't want to.
Right.
Yeah.
I just saw the L counter and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat flashbang, asshole.
Yeah, I ended up shoving a grenade in one of their mouths by as Claire, and then I was as I was backing up, I just shot at it and it popped for
Really?
and I was just okay, I thought that was gonna be hard, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I did get a platinum trophy in Borderlands, the first one.
Oh yeah?
I played it 8 times.
8 times.
No, I did get a platinum trophy, but I think you only needed to play it through once and then play.
Yeah.
This was before any DLC trophies came out, but that was, and that's probably the only platinum trophy that I think I have.
Yeah.
On PlayStation 3.
I have a good amount, but not a ton, but I have a few.
I'm not really big into the trophies.
Yeah,
I'm not really a trophy chaser either. I only do them on games that I really enjoy, and I just want to milk the most out of it that I can.
Why did you get so many on The Last of Us?
Well, it's a funny story. But yeah,
it really depends on the game and the trophy difficulty level.
Yeah,
I triple platinumed Mass Effect.
Oh, really?
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
I got all the trophies for all those, including all the DLC and stuff, just because I was obsessed with the trilogy. I love the games, the world, and stuff like that, and I just wanted to say that I triple platinumed the trilogy, so I did it.
Yeah, that was a good question. Was that something that you came up with off the cuff?
Yeah, it was. So let us know, guys. What was your favorite, or what achievement and or trophy were you most proud of?
Achievement?
Let us know in the comment.
Don't trigger me, bro. Yeah, so what? I think we're going to try to wrap up there. I think every episode we're going to try to wrap up around an hour, give or take 5 minutes, probably.
Yep.
Just because if we run off. To reiterate, our question of the week was, what can we do to improve? Do you want any other segments? What should we put on our back wall? Anything, any criticism you want to give, go for it.
Be easy.
Also,
it's my first time.
smash like. And
smash like nope. Now everyone's gonna leave.
Why? I can't say smash like.
You can.
I feel like it's a common. That's a thing though that people can say. And I'm a YouTuber,
so you would know.
I've been YouTubing for 3 or 4 years, bro. I have 3 channels.
Weird flex, but okay.
I've been playing The Last of Us for 7 years. That's awesome. What I felt like was what it is.
Yeah,
anyway,
you're right.
Our challenge. I was just joking. Our challenge of the week is in Resident Evil 2, kill a licker with just your knife. So that would be inflicting damage with only the knife.
Right.
And I think that's going to wrap it up for our podcast. Mm-hmm. What kind of outro are we going to do?
Well, first of all, tell us where we can find you at the things.
Oh, me personally, or me?
Yeah, everybody.
Trash?
So who are you? Where can people find you?
I on Instagram is acceptable. My handle is ChrisP44S. most of the stuff on there is video and photography related, because that's kind of what Instagram is, and that's kind of outside of video games probably my biggest hobby and pastime.
Cool.
So that would be the most appropriate place to try and talk to me.
Okay. Our email, epictrash@groupmail.com. Our Twitter is @epictrashshow. And my personal Twitter is @AI_technomancer.
We can probably put that in text out there.
Yeah, we'll drop that. And also @Lord of the Zombies on Twitter for now. I'm going to probably retire that one, though, because I'm trying to branch out for more than just zombie games, although it'd be fitting for Resident Evil 2 right now. So hit me at either one of those if you want to see my past tweets. All my old tweets are at Lord of the Zombies.
What about you, Gro? Is there a place that is appropriate for people to reach out to you?
The only thing I have that would be more public would be Legion_1183 that's on Instagram. Mm-hmm. I post some of my photography stuff there, and I also have a Twitter, but I never really use it because Twitter is cancer.
It can be.
Yeah, I don't have a Twitter either. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, it's pretty negative there. So be nice, guys. We're people.
Yeah, we are, unfortunately, humans.
Yeah.
But I think that about wraps it up. Unless there's anything else you want to say?
Good times. I'm out.
Yeah, if you stuck around with us this long, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
From all of us to all of you, thank you for watching.
Trash.
Epic trash.
You can also find me at
Epic trash.